then want to achieve after we unite? Are we just uniting to go to disco and dance? Are we just uniting to go for a bar party? No, we are uniting to build a Uganda. I'm offering myself as president and many of my comrades as members of parliament, local government leaders, so we can be able, we as a generation that has come together, we as a generation that has combined our minds, do the following. Number one, we want to restore freedom and constitutionalism in Uganda, to restore human rights and human dignity, including gender, equity, and equality. Number two, we want to consolidate national unity and rebuild war-torn communities, eliminate sectarianism and tribalism, heal historical differences, and bring our country together. There has not been a deliberate move by the current government to do that. This current government thrives on division. It wants to keep us apart, and yet we can benefit our country when we are together. Number four, we want to guarantee equal access to quality services, that is clean water, healthcare, education, and public infrastructure to everybody. And now this is very important. Why? Because in well-governed countries, this is what they call the common good. Common good is when, regardless of your status, rich or poor, your wealth, your poverty, if you're poor, your poverty only ends in your house. But as soon as you step out, you're just as rich as any other citizen, because the social amenities you're benefiting from them. Regardless of how poor you are, if the hospitals are functioning, you're benefiting from them. If the education system is all right, if the infrastructure, roads, everybody benefits, whether you drive a Benz or you drive a boda. We want to provide that to our community. We have that money. Uganda is a heavily endowed country, but as you have seen us mention it, that we are ripped off by the government that is in power. We want to create jobs. As a national unity platform, we want to create up to 10 million jobs by 2032. We want to leverage tourism. We want to leverage the manufacturing sector. We want to improve and advance sports and creativity. In this, our economy, I am an example that the creative world has a lot of potential. Unfortunately, it's now being stifled. The artists are being paid. They're no longer creative. They have become beggars. And yet, we are immensely talented. Look at Nigeria. The entertainment industry has superseded the oil industry in revenue. We can achieve that. We also want to establish public school feeding, and this, I've talked about it so much. Sounds like a simple thing, but you see, our children actually don't study. Why? Because they study on empty stomachs. But if we introduce that school feeding program, it will not only benefit our children, but it's going to benefit the farmers as well, especially the women. I could have taken more time on that, but because our time is limited, I'll only give an example that when we were going to school, some of us would only look forward to that cup of porridge on a break, and that alone would drive us. In our new government, we want to restore that because we lost it, make it nicer, even make it incentive and put some sugar, ensure that the government provides a cup of porridge and sugar for a school-going child, and one egg. Seems simple, but that one egg is a boost for the immunity and the health of the children, but also the people that produce those eggs. That is business for them. That is something that we want to do, something that we think will boost our early education, benefit our children, but also benefit our people, our small producers, especially the women. We want to stop land grabbing. We want to guarantee secure rights for all for land. We want to empower regional and local governments. And this, besides redistributing power down to local government, we also want to go as far as empowering regions. For example, have you thought about it? You want to travel to Nairobi, but you have to drive all the way to Entebbe, 4 or 5 hours, in order to take a 1-hour flight to Nairobi? Why are we having only one airport in the year 2025? These old people don't ask themselves that question. This new generation is going to ask that question, and we're going to go ahead and answer it. Not only that, I did not talk about devolution. It will take me time to break it down since we're running out of time. But let me talk about this, which is very important. I've traveled the world. I've seen so many Ugandans are scattered all over the world. They are successful, but our diaspora is not tapped into. We want to leverage it, want to tap into our diaspora, strengthen it, but also make it beneficial. Those diaspora people are the biggest investors in this country. They bring a lot of money, up to $2 billion a year. That money will be followed up by action. Have them involved, have them to be voters, but also have them involved in the governance of the country. Lots of things that they can contribute. And finally,
maybe onto that one, just a quick one, Honorable. Do you think Uganda is having a problem with a foreign policy around that?
Absolutely.
How? And
Absolutely.
how will you work on this? Because now that's tackle something, it touches something on foreign policy of the country.
Yeah, I mean, our diaspora, unfortunately, is not respected. When you look at all our embassies, they don't solve problems for Ugandans. They are spy centers. They're like ESO, External Security Organization, detached. We want to change that. We want our embassies to be benefiting our people. We want to have a better relationship with other countries, not stealing relationships. We don't want to have our ambassadors turn our embassies into casinos. No, we don't want that. I was giving you our last agenda, our agenda program. We want to transform Uganda into a tech-driven society. We have young people that are highly tech-savvy. But, I mean, you remember recently Museveni appointed a minister in charge of that sector, and the day she was appointed is the day she opened her Twitter account. We have young people, but the minister for youth has a very old and senile brain. So,
are you sure about that?
I'm very sure. Don't you know Balaam? Do you want to be Balaam? Or do you want your child to be like Balaam?
What is the problem there in that ministry?
Everything is a problem. Anyway, I wouldn't want us to reduce this our program to discussing people, because before long, if we start discussing people before long, the name Nabanja will be dropping. So let's not discuss people, but I'm only trying to say that Museveni picks the worst to represent, or rather misrepresent us in every region. When he goes to my own region in Buganda, you see the mess that he picks, the presidential advisors. That is misrepresentation. We have intelligent, smart people from all these regions. And in our government, we are going to pick out the best. We are not going to misrepresent.
And I think on that, to justify, you can sample within the system of NUP, how you have aligned or how you pick your people in the leadership positions. Absolutely. Within the party. Can you give us a sample of how you do it?
Here we are.
If Uganda give the whole country, you'll change that.
I mean, here we are. I'm the president of the party. Look at my able deputy president, Dr. Lina Zedriga Waru. You know? And I mean, yeah. And, I mean, look at Ageno. Ageno is the head of policy in our party. Do you double check on her? Of course you don't. And many others. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not about me. Me, as president, I look at myself as a scout of talent for my country. You know? More like a team manager who scouts out people to play various roles. And this team will be coming from all corners of Uganda. Uganda will be fully represented. You will never see people from only one ethnicity covering.
I wanted to ask how you'd handle inclusivity aspect of the leadership.
You see
where will your priorities target when it comes to inclusivity?
We have everybody. I would say everybody. Inclusivity means everybody. So we will have everybody regardless of the ethnicity, the age, the gender, the 3 Gs, the geography, the gender, and the generation will be looked at.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chagulanyi. You gave us what is in your manifesto, the visions, and what you look into in advance before taking over that top position of the country. But now there's one problem that political activists and any other Ugandan have been talking about: the debt burden of the country. The country, almost each and every financial year, members of parliament, including those from NUP, are approving borrowings.
Yes.
And when this try to pull your vision down, how will you handle this, the debt burden?
Yes.
Right now we have a pending borrowing. Parliament has just approved.
I'll tell you first and foremost, you said including those from NUP. Yes. There are those that went to parliament on the NUP ticket and they sold out and we chased them away. For me, I don't beat about the bush, you see, and that's how different we are. For a long time, there has been people that pose like they are in opposition, but in real sense, they are in opposition. You get my point?
How did they come into?
I want you to get.
Were they intruders? Were they intruders?
No. There is opposition and there is opposition. Opposition is OH dash position. It's like, oh, my position. I'll die and kill for this, my position. These are people who masqueraded among us. We must forgive ourselves, because last time we started our political party, we launched our political party only a month to the election. Yeah. So, and our major target was Museveni. You understand? So, as a political party, we were just taking whoever was available. Not anymore. Now, we know that some people came because they know the people suffering are voting the idea that we represent. And they took advantage of the sufferers. Of course, as soon as we got them to parliament, you saw some of them sold out, others were bought for peanuts, etc., etc. But I'll tell you that I disagree with that borrowing, that borrowing has enslaved us, that borrowing will stop some of the loans that have been taken. We question them.
But in case you're entrusted with the power, you will first need to pay back those debts.
Not everything we are going to pay back directly. Yeah.
Okay. You talked about sending away those who did opposite. According to you, when they went to parliament, they started doing the opposite of what you expected from them. Yes. Don't you think that tested the party's ability to resolve internal conflict? Because we saw internal conflicts.
No. You see, I don't want to be politically correct. There was no conflict. There is no conflict. There's wrong and there's right. And when you put in a position to take decisions about wrong and about right, you do exactly that. We don't negotiate corruption. No, we don't. There's no conflict between a corrupt person and a person holding them accountable. No, that is a moral question.
We had others still insisting they are members of NUP. Even if you had chased them away, others went with Honorable Matthias Mpuga and others. Now, in a situation whereby you remove someone from the party and this person goes away or moves with the others from within the party who are not perpetrators of that, what comes into your mind? What is your take on that? You chase someone alone and is moving with others.
You see, they are leaders and they are misleaders. Okay? Leaders lead people to the right way. Misleaders do the opposite. Thank you.
All right. Now, before you summarize and we give time to Honorable Issa Otoamiza to give us a brief summary of what is in your manifesto, the vision that you communicated very clearly. Lastly, from me, and then you'll summarize. Yes. When you just came to Lao, you met with the Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena.
Yes.
And you told the people in Apache the meeting was a successful one. And Lao appreciated you for going to visit the home of the late Dr. Paul Milton Obote. And you also, you said you had a lot of discussions that you did not reveal during your first campaign trail in Lango sub-region. Yes. But I also remember at some point, the party president for DP came out with a statement saying they are in the transition discussion, and also mentioned the name of Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena being part of that discussion. And he said the discussion ongoing about the transition has already resolved in advance not to give you power. That means Honorable Jimmy James Michael Akena was part of that discussion, but also you were seen having another discussion with Honorable Jimmy. Don't you think this might be, your discussion with Jimmy might be diversionary?
You see, there are two ways to look at a point: the pessimistic way and the optimistic way. I choose the latter. You see, Honorable Jimmy Akena is my friend, first and foremost. From way back, he's my friend, and we relate like Ugandans, and he's quite intelligent, and I like intelligent people. And we have our conversations, which I won't share here. He's a leader of a political party. Of course, there's some things where I firmly disagree with him. For example, I disagreed right from the beginning, him getting close to Museveni, because I know Museveni. Museveni is a liar. Museveni, you will never say something and stand by it. So me, I don't, I'm a nationalist. I believe in reconciliation. I believe in dialogue. But for me, to dialogue with Museveni, it has to be guaranteed by the population. We have to say what we're saying. What I say to him privately, I say to him publicly. That's what I believe. But anyway, we differ. Maybe Jimmy is an uptown guy and me, I'm a ghetto guy.
Or maybe he shared with you what they discussed within.
No. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm saying we differ from him. But maybe that difference that we have is what makes us unique to each other. Maybe that's what makes us friends.
Okay.
So I was really honored when he invited me. This is a comrade. This is a brother. Of course, we share a plight because we are both facing a brutal guy, a dishonest guy. You saw what Museveni has done to Jimmy Akena. He blocked him from
he said he has not done
nominating.
Anything. He has refuted that allegation.
Museveni has said that?
Yeah.
Yes, Museveni has also said, Museveni has also said he did not abduct me. He said he did not torture me after saying publicly that they beat me very well. Museveni has denied having Chibalama.
I was honored. A matter of court decision right now. But you meeting with him, you said you'll not.
I was honored, and it was an even bigger honor to be able to go and salute the father of the nation. It does not end with the two of us. No, it does not end with the two of us. It goes far down to even our people. Jimmy comes from Lango. I come from Uganda. And there's been some historical differences that happened when none of us were there. And I think we have a responsibility to unite our people. We have a responsibility to bring our people together. We have a responsibility to give hope that Uganda can dare to live in love and harmony and true trust. Because when these regions came together, Uganda got independence, you know? Yeah. So when these regions come together, Uganda can get freedom. Yes. You know, right. It's not about Jimmy or me, it's about all of us. And if God used us to show that picture, then glory be to God.
Thank you so much, Honorable Robert Chagulanyi. Now I'll give this time to Honorable
then glory be to God.
Thank you so much, Honorable Robert Chagulanyi. Now I'll give this time to Honorable Issa Otoamiza to at least summarize the discussion with the party president. Jimmy, indeed, Wogile Pachu. I mean, Issa, indeed, Wogile Pachu, Chichek, Apoy.
Apoy Matek, Stewart Boa, the party president, me National Unity Platform, Bigina me no Kobo. Apoy dang memi ya Tuero. Me look kiri luak me lao, kiri joa me winyule blue, pitumba me Uganda, me gonyu look doga achichek. Pea tati yore kita eno kobo kere. Enta binu keta achichek ka summarizing me duga chichok, me mi wori yidjo yuri. Me na machiel, eno binu nyute, ni enyo luoni Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu. Ame ilao kano luoni okelo kuch. Daibedo president me party ametina Mario Uganda mo luoni National Unity Platform. Chung yero karo mando etie chung mena Mario. Ente po yoba kiri jo duch melao pole wok jo ametinu beri rale mere amo beri holda kibwa iwela ginu bino kere kinmara kiri chunya me ginu bino kere pong iram olabakino. Eno po Johnny, dang te po yo lao, dang te moko yomie, te moko ni ateni lao karamare, pekite no ene winyukere. Me ario, umio ngecha pire tek, pinote, kuch, kere kayo chuk. Ulangi ngiyo uno, goba, kere rope, ama beru kele yakina lao, kere roko chele, pole wok, rok me Buganda. Ame duong loba me karni Museveni biru tikere yora pol me pokolao kere jo me Buganda eno ko bani ene bino pole wok me kelle jo karachel me mi yukuj beru tie kere mi akayo chup we jo wot karachel eno ko bani not a pire tek me kelle kuj kere dang me gero Uganda anyen kunbe ikom jo ayot kere jo dushu ente mi kopera roma de hangwen amaho gina wi piratek mene mi teti me konylo me achel me mi jo dushu beda gonya kun beo ichik melobo eno ti lemono me kello beda gonya freedom kere lobo penchik constitutionalism wuri nyewuna be kitame jo Uganda bero kere ichawa dushu jo bero biemi jo bero luoro dan neni chawa no ti akibwa icha moro jo tugo ngwech piano toka doni ame kiro pia recho kiri jama chole kom jo unu tu goro stadium ka kura kibwa stadium ko so temi jo ken bila luo chako ngwe so ende kweni miti be jo bela gonya ke dan jo lo penchik me ario ena tamni ti me gero kuch kun be note kiri timo kisha yakina jo me tumalo kiri jo me Uganda me we jo Uganda be jo achel ama mare da obedo kara achel ente me de ko ni emitu ni enene mi okero me jomi duch pi jodushu abo pokoroke yaye region yaye dogole yaye dini yaye nyopati yaye emitu ni kwan bet pi joduch yoabe bet pi jodushu dahatal bet pi jodushu ijora pol teach mi jodushu peo mi oka general ibodjo me tu ankole peo mi oka commissioner kanokene peo mi oka permanent secretary region nokene mi jodushu roma pok teach rom chingjo abon apoka me angwen eno ko ni Uganda lonya teka nang level la Uganda lony kere county lima me wanu tikere kan nyo o rapo libwa yora be romo mi jo du bedo kere kero me bedo kere kuch kera wa logi pe mi ruti kere jame Uganda yor me charo ame mi jo mora rio de ken na bedo lonyo jo ken te bedo chan ente me de ko bani ene bini yela tek me mi yo kere teach yora be teach romo million pa i mwaka me pekaro adek i 2022 I mean yes 2022 eno koni emite mi ticharomo million pa bodjo ayot wuninge una beri wan joy tumaro kan polo wan joy la kan pera wan tikira lo tieni wandong pe onu tichagamente dang tichagamente ame yae kom factory ame yoe kom jangdula gamenta pat wando peye do eno koni bino making sure ni teme diro mere men million jobs a pa obedo tie created by government man gina me timere dan gina me kanga ta chui president miro chigere bodjo America yini chigere na mi ticha roman ana mi gina roma aite tiyu yana kone bini yeher me tiyu man o kone mi ti e don kero me kopi kom tuhu wuni nyewun kita tuhu tu kero lonyo kita poli wi lobo e mi de don kero me kopi kom wer kede yom yej o mi apori kom Nigeria ame Nigeria o lony kun be kopi kom nen video yini nen jogo kede wera jogo ama kero wakina duonga me lona ha lonyo me mo ame ti Nigeria kede kopi kom tourism jo me kero me rayo chene oho kelo bodjo eno mi apor iora me Uganda don kede chien achala dug me ruenyo chiente iora rach iora me chamo chana mi yo chiene wori chingjo ame miro pe worie tichi chiene me Uganda iora me petike kare mi yo jo ame dung tikere office nyo tikere ruam bero kare tikere chiena jo iora rach eno ko bani gine pirte kemitu ni e yire ko be kompuonyere ni utino wa kwano kede pero petwere pinatin ya dikute dok pa hiwi tieno abon chamode akechu nego akometi aramo ayeti awang miatin pe kwana bertin yepe ene kello gina mo luoni school feeding program memi yotino nuongu chiem kare mi okanyoha otemi yotongwe na dunu ila kan remi yo mogo amo pulu amo yihabe me achiel ami yot kuma bero botutino me ario ami yotina bera me wigi riek me adek akelo yot akelo nga awa keri kwa oge memi gi kwana yigi yom so eno kwenye binu kela chara program ni omio tinu chiemo ami yoka por wani lao ka rekton omio warnino mute bulu wa mogo aute wor keri chukul enta mandong petimere do eno kwenye ene miti gamente mere enna miro timi mewe jo otino wa kwan amiti keri nge keri diro dan keri yomi bien kai por skula me jo chola don e kampala otino chiema ber entu borwa kana wana tikere pewoki otino wa beru kere kej na retieno atinte doka me
adwangi se dong daki mara dek
well me eno kere ente kuba piratek eno tamuni emme do kero me kwan okay me kubi mi school video ko enda bino konyo chato will polo wak bot jowa atoro memi yogi nungu yore moro mekelo lem ichingi kun gina charo tongwena moro charo keringo bot skule bot gamente amemi yogi chente ena okubuni e binu lwen me gengo mayo lobo lenga miti winyunu koppi yera wono wurieni obero yera me gengo mayo lobo ngewuni lobo ameti ya chuli kana me oluni amoro kere noya balala dong tu binu choro poko dan ya chua duju lobo dong pe wuni nyo kan wana ronyo maruji ranch eno kubuni kay yera wono lobo me amanu tu jogo imasindi ikaruma ama akoro kayunge yera ekaute onye jo balalo kan kere doggi me gamu lobo ene binu gengo mona binu gokko loba lao binu gokko loba jo me Uganda kune tiu kere chika mereko cho chik mete kwaro enda o mede me kubuni e binu meyo don kere jema piratek bodjo tushu ko enen bala wani chani wan ka yini mitu woroho mir ya kanu toha te wona ka entebe itaw yitu dege airport borwakan pe atwal kunutia koni wana tu chatu will dang do wor wa mamalo o koni binu ne nikuri jamni o beruti kan me we gyo kandang char will bala jo kene eno ko boni e binu kelo kero ikom jo ametie wa ho utino wati yo ho diaspora utigini o yelo raw chen o kele Uganda kan chen gi pe utiu kera be ene ne binu mi gi not kere mekelo gi Uganda we gi no participating jami duju bolli jokwi keto tera kedan participating come rocho tera me Uganda eno mede me kubuni kaya chani neno jo wati yo ambassadors do do ka jo me kweda jo me binu moyo ka kobi kom jo ticha bere konyo Uganda me kubu jo Uganda ke roko kene ke lobo kene o do tek e binu mi yo teach bojo ayot yora pola popat employment eno mede me ko ni mi yo teaching jo abechu metelo gamente binu be di borre i chawani wano loki gamente ticho popo bojo okeno te weko jo okero eno ko ne mi jo duch anu ticho mi deputy president nere oberu dano me West Nile temi ya nyarwa me ya lao kan ti alo ko be com policy and research nang te ko be me da mera ku to isa gine ka obinu e binu mi girom meti yuti I gamente mere pe bino ko ya wa
kada de te ho
kada atiro eno ko ni e bino neno ni en pe bedo president ame law jo aloa ene bede team manager ame miu dano manieri amere meti yutichere kere kero mere kere ngechere bale gweya dilo team manager bedu tie ngare man gweya dilo kere diro mere kere kero mere atamni man be pien miu wano woni president karo bedo dana jo pe bedo president wano tero ba bedo ba amo bedo luora munu gina pira teka meno kobo me agiki jo ame petimo eno kubu kana pira tekni eneti kopa mono koni zero tolerance to corruption ni mano eni gamente mere ite lo chere ame pure bedo president e nyuro ko e kara mora duongu leader of opposition binu gamo chene moro million mia bi donna mo luoni un poga muneno kobo kan ni ene te bayo ho da mando tu mo te tiama ka kanoro kuja pien unu record me kuo record me chama chana unu tikome nang kuni jo moga me ene riemo ko ipati mere oburu jo me record me chilu chamo chana tikomgi do mi akunya kin bo jo me no ni mano kai ni do ni no pe do me o moyo ko me kwalo jama jo iben ngata chichil me wa tel jo yora be alright ko me Uganda o do garaj ko le wa peho e agiki gina me amira ko bilwa ero ko ni no tia kwa yo wana me ko ni o ye uno mena ta karachiel pe oberi unu piupi biena man wano beri kwache chawa duju dead burden tia duong oberi dongo kwach mo kipira ngeno bero kai kwach bajerwa kwache na chulo do mano beru pi bon munni kere bod jami wa chente eno ko ni lo me Uganda rom chulo je me Uganda duj na rom chwa mi Uganda lon abon pe homoro dan do ente gikoni ene miro ne jami be jamatia teni kai na metia teni jo chunye ena me petiki kare we ho.
All right, apoy mateka duong isa now.
Apoy me adiki ko bero ko bikom honorable Jima Kena. Eno ko watabera mene tie kere gini Jimi chakere chon. Kundang mogo ni tije mora chela riwa degmi ron po kere gini. Enta chalo dano me Uganda. A chala a nationalist. Ena tawni bero kara chel kere Jima Kena, bero kara chel kere lao, kubere kere rock dushu men not jo kara chel bero gina pirtek. Ento ente moko poy na chel ni mano. E bero kere poch bot family duong borre. Kun be bot Jimmy me yen me oketa tura iwilela papwa amobere Dr. Apollo Milton Borre en na pire takaeno ko tekobo ni o Borre en yober father of the nation anari uningi unlangi ni Museveni pe yera atirate ni Uganda o Borre no kero independence nyolo ken nang pe okobo nye kaini na jo kwero ken okobo ngote mera pe ilum eta mani eno mo kan ni acharo en e bin recognize Borre acharo papo me Uganda me na machiel oba me polo mi Uganda.
Right on radio kwa matek lokwa gikenu no tula your time kitame adwong honorable Robert Chagulanyi olimo karechel kede Jimmy James Michael Akena kuna Jimmy James Michael Akena be di chohere mora me hanina ko beni Robert Mao ko bucha enen adwong honorable Isato Hamizado here kitame and honorable Dawdo here kede ogamo chime mago will be picking some few phone calls as we go towards summarizing the show. Ogamo chime mago no ka radio itwaro nen wadang YouTube live I radio wapi raboro ya bongo entona raboro fama you can follow us live and join this discussion from there. Pienchawa torobeda petie. Hello. Yes. Poye ba? Hello. Poye. Man gani? Da duaniti ping network ni petia ba. Kono neno ngatoka ene. Hello. Hello. I'm radio. Kade go chimko go ite bedu serious ato dan kai mi yutame mi kede war. I meet mi kede war pien manable le yutama ma pia tek total kai mi do nyangi no hello. Kai mi do penya pen. Radio wa?
Hello.
Yes.
Tila kada afande Justin sala isopolo.
Afande Justin apoy tikwene.
Natia no ero para kwena luani abo jo.
Apoy afande. Afande ini bela afande me security group ene.
Atiu kada dul me samarai ana onwati Kampala.
Okay, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jona we nyinga afande no ami nyanga iberu tu. Okay. Afande. Iko beningo ipenya miyo katam.
Amenyo kom katam mai ko buni president an pebet kede luoro mara kom jono eno bet ke kinata gana ti ri kom yogi.
Okay.
An ko pela jono wana ol kedo ko kom jakana ha peje.
All right.
Ame kom ka ko por ti ana ti ko making president bere ko maganya.
Apoy matagba.
Ana poye kom tutual.
Honorable Afande Geoffrey is a fund of a private security group.
Yeah.
He said that you be confident. That we tell you to be confident.
Hello.
Yes.
Tiwa.
Awinye ba?
Itilo kele Jimmy Kowe Lala Chol.
Jimmy Lala Chol digone.
Lala Chol to you Yam District.
Apoy Jimmy.
Ati kele mwaga pire dek ya biro. Unwa meta pen party president me National Unity Platform. Gina ana winyo kere neno icharo kan kere nasi town anu dunga buli amegino pong kere timu gina raj chalo matu jay matu kong yora raj gindo ko kate tami gini ichwako gini party president kere uberu party uberu president gime geto mumiti kong kop tu nyual me Uganda kanyo timma joni na gino timuni ena chalo balo be the party president in National Unity Platform wako
okay apoy ba
apoy attack
right ikoni boy Geoffrey Moyam Jimmy Moyam. Yes, Honorable Jimmy called from Yam and is asking about your grassroots support, that you have grassroots support, but mostly those who support you from the grassroots are the village gangsters, whom some of them turn to become criminals, but they call you their president. Do you support their criminality, being the ghetto president, because that is how they term you as ghetto president? So at times it looks like maybe you support your maybe I pick and you respond now.
Yeah, sure. I would like to begin exactly there. That he claims I'm supported by gangsters, by thugs. Actually, that's not true. Even me, I've never been a gangster. I was a ghetto child. Ghetto is not crime. These people don't understand ghetto. Ghetto is a state of life. It is poverty. These are shanty houses. And we've always been saying we are not shy of where we come from. We work hard in the ghetto, not to leave the ghetto, but to make the ghetto a better place to live. Unfortunately, now Uganda has become a big ghetto. Almost the whole of northern Uganda is a ghetto.
Exactly.
The whole of Uganda is a ghetto. Only a few people. But the way we live, the way we feed, the way we dress, the way we live in the humanized life is ghetto. So ghetto is not crime. I come from poverty.
So do you think those youth just cover up under?
No. Those that are claiming that I'm supported by thugs are actually guilt tripping. It is government policy in General Museveni's government to work with criminals. He has a man called Lira Christopher, the head of counterintelligence. He has been moving all over the country, trying to create something they call ghetto structure. Now they go to shanty places, they go to ghettos, and they look out not for the talents in the ghetto, not for the law-abiding citizens in the ghetto. No, they look out for criminals, for thugs, for murderers, who they later on use to beat people. You remember Kakoza Mtali started that. They brought Chiboko Squad. They recruited the Boda Boda 2010, and now they call it ghetto structure. These are criminals. You remember a person called Sobi, who they recruited and later had to murder. They've killed a lot of my friends from the ghetto. They killed Zebra Senyange. They even go to boxing clubs and recruit these talented young people. I'm a boxer myself. I'm a ghetto child myself. I know. Unfortunately, this time, Museveni does not know. All these are my boys.
Okay, let's pick these callers and then you now respond at once.
So basically, to lay record straight, it is the regime that works with criminals, not us. Thank you.
You have given some examples. Are there justification to those?
Yes, no, but these are examples. I've told you even today, as we speak, there are even musicians that are murderers, that have criminal records, people that murder people. You've seen that it's all over, but the police does not hold them accountable. Actually, now working with the NRM government is one way of escaping accountability. The thieves, the conmen, all the criminals support NRM and profess NRM to avoid accountability.
Let's get for a break. We will pick some other callers, then you give your response.
This is the sound you breathe. The Planet Radio. The Planet 89.8 FM. Radio.
Babe, tira na moti maloin. Iku, imul, idonye chunya niku, iriyo na iyo, iku ikora, babe imba, babe, itira doya.
Well, Daisy, mero kuna katika bar, dako meneno ni.
Sweetie, atika bar babe wine. Dako mwoko ya.
Babe wine?
Babe wine, company limited. Dun mayubo, babe mixed fruit wine, common meat, cool, doki lor, mabe, maruata kiyorikuni, kuwili ruata kijibani, uyuponi. Babe wine, berewa ki hangover, dog nonge, iboch me mililita, mia dek, kun kiyubuki kun nicha machalo, nanasi, kimuchungwa, common nonge, ilobo duju, manonge East Africa, nong babe wine, dukan mogi ken machokwiri, kai mera wili maduong, charity ipayero jo, general store, Kidbum State, Gulu, kape imati Kidbum, nongi i-family care, i-Kidbum town, umwopi nid matut, bira gonya, migo chimi namba, nota dek abungana rio, achela biyara bichel, nota rio dek. Babe wine is processed, packed and distributed by Babe Wine Company Limited. Manonge Baronger, go down in Railway Division, in Lira town.
La Paltunya, chile miete mat wen keni che.
Quand pe omir ke chat bon la mwaka ne pe o pa u yabo.
Chingmalo, Babe Wine. Radio Shabu Wish. Oni chwinyi yorokeda putpiru nwongere. Ira boru ya bongwen tonera boru fama. Radio
Right, apo imateka on radio gamo chime mogo atek nyangwen heka dote ko yikman ko on radio chimano nok total chawa wada dong pe peti adwong. Hello. Yes.
Itika loki palata look Lumumba.
Look at the boy.
Yeah, we are poor Amiza. Actually in Stewart Boa.
A boy.
Ana miru penyo chagulani. 205 Carmali e Luboreno Miru Biro ka Jome Luero. Wachi Luborno Miru Pongol Kibot G Morna Duli Egini. And Tagulani Nenu Ninipian, you know what she Ikanu Bora yo butchering Jome Luero Triangle.
Okay.
And Tenu Ninipian, you know, meeting Luborno Pongol Luero Triangle.
Apoyo Matek. Is Honorable Lugard is asking about a 2005 scenario when the body of the late Dr. Apollo Milton Obote was being returned to the country, and some people from Luero said the body should not cross Luero. Yes. What's your take on that?
Yes, that is true.
Let me get two more calls.
If you could allow me answer that very important question. Yes.
Oh, okay, just you can respond to that. So.
Thank you very much. You see, and I'm glad that question came. I am 43 years, and in this generation, I'm one of the oldest, even here in studio. Apart from maybe Honorable Malina Cedrica. What does that mean? And yet me, in 1986 when Museveni took power, I was only 4 years. I was born during the war. But yes, in 2005, Dr. Obote passed away, and when his body got returned, a Museveni government minister called Naduli misrepresented all of us and acted in a way that is uncouth, that is un-African. That was Museveni's minister. Okay? Naduli is not my minister. He might come from Uganda, but he's not my minister. And he's not my age mate. And he does not belong to my political party. Okay? So, why do these people do things and you put them on our generation? Oh. Me, I've told the people of Western Uganda that whatever Museveni does, he is responsible alone. Yes. I cannot put it on the people of Western Uganda. I cannot put it on a tribe. If one Muganda does something that does not represent all of us as Baganda, it should not be put on us. We should be allowed to make our own mistakes, not to be responsible for some other people's mistakes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Honorable.
But again, that was Museveni's minister must emphasize.
Mono pe obedo Baganda dishu kanga toroti mobile mibe badano da pobero minister mero bero minister mono tia teach Carmelo chmane ne me tie Carmelo cha president me tie tela head of mere so eno kwero ko di pe kedunu gi ye Chalo Baganda. Now, I have some questions here on YouTube, and they're putting me on pressure. Let me now read them. Thanks, Ronnie Katerega is saying thanks so much for hosting our presidents. Okay, and that is just not a question, is a comment. Is appreciating the radio. I would like to ask. This is Omara George. Did he talk about Langos cows? Thanks, Quebec City.
Yes.
Another one, Ken Walter, thanks Stewart for hosting our president. Is Gino's love too much in views? Okay, that is also just a comment. Another one is coming from, let me see, now just the questions due to time. Someone is also asking Daniel that ask Chogolenyi to give a brief development plan for the people of Lango and civil servants pay. Okay. Those are some of the questions. Let me pick a caller and you respond now at once. Hello? Solomon Apoy. Apoy Mateka Solomon Mabradi.
Atamo Kobeni Ebetri Taiwan.
One copy Morpe Gano.
One Kobo Morpe, one of you, Jagorana. Yamma, Timo Kampala, Shunker. Boys, they get to get very well.
Okay.
Solomon.
All right. Solomon is appreciating you, and he says you have his support. But also, whatever you do for the ghettos in Kampala, you also incorporate and do for the ghettos here in Lao. That is what he's saying. This is my last caller now. Hello? Yes. Chalo kinga. Yes, pa okelo tikwane. Beda check chao rupe. Timi to join no. Oh, pora. Moda do mawa romo konyi. Mawa. Moda karipe agonyi mawa. All right, I also have Yugi Patrick. Yugi Patrick, whatever you ask, I think the president of the National Unity Platform Party summarized about creating of jobs. Maybe just additionally, how will you create that 10 million jobs? Now you start from there and give your final remarks. Thank you. In few minutes.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate. There's a question about the Lango cows.
Yes, yeah.
That Museveni promised and said he's going to give 5 cows to every household. He has been saying that for 40 years. That man is a liar. He has been saying that for 40 years. He has not only said that to the Langi, he has said that to the Acholi. He has said that to the Itesos. He has said that to the Karamajong. He has said that to the Baganda of Luero. He's a liar. Why would you listen to Museveni after 40 years? Really? Has he ever said anything and he honored it? No.
And then for you, what is your plan? That's what the person needs to know now.
I mean, there are certain things that we must take responsibility for. Yes. Yeah. I went to TESO, for example, and we signed a memorandum of understanding with the Itesoites. And I'm still a young man that is going to live here, and I'm concerned about my reputation. So I never say something that is not going to be backed, and I don't just say it as me. We say it as an institution. So when we say it as an institution, it does not depend only on me. We are held accountable together. So we pledged that, and when we get an opportunity to engage the elders here and the parties concerned, we will discuss how to resolve that.
Okay.
There's some other areas where there are court cases that were even resolved. But the government just chose not to honor them, typical of the Museveni regime. So we're concerned about those matters and we'll handle them. But my advice that I give to the people of Lango, Museveni is lying, and if you want to prove that he's lying, you ask him to give you the cows before the election.
Okay.
If he does not, then let him go away.
If he does not, will you give the cows?
Of course. Not us, the government will.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the new Uganda.
Right.
In the new Uganda.
As you summarize?
Yeah, as I summarize, you talked about how we're going to create the 10 million jobs. We have many ideas. We are going to look at it right from the education. While we create the 10 million jobs, we are going to plan for even more jobs. For example, right from education, we'll have the 4 A's, the arts, the academics, the agriculture, and athletics. And we shall focus on all that. Imagine how many jobs the entertainment industry would be creating if it was looked at as lucrative as it is and protected and legislated for favorably, including putting in place a protective copyright and neighboring laws. But it does not happen like that because they don't respect the arts. Otherwise, we would have copyright law in place. Of course, we intend to build talent hubs, innovation hubs, funding creative entrepreneurs. We're going to cut taxes on tech startups. You know that Uganda, we are very entrepreneurial. They ranked us as the most entrepreneurial people. But much as we start most businesses don't see their first birthday. So we look into it as government. We are going to expand access to digital literacy. That's an area that we've not explored enough. We are going to establish industrial parks. We're going to support value addition in agriculture. And we are going to also just brush on the ideas that were in place in the previous governments that worked.
All right.
Like cooperatives, but we killed them. Here we just say, boo, buy Uganda, build Uganda, but we don't mean it. We are going to mean it in action. We're going to provide incentives for small and medium enterprises to see that they also, grow. We are going to focus on Uganda and scale our people. And even in the national projects, we're going to ensure that we employ our people, We are not going to overtax people. When we overtax people, we fail them in business. And finally, we are going to cut wasteful spending and corruption.
Thank you so much, Honorable Isa. 2 minutes. Dakikario kekena yo dong.
Agonyi yori. Arangio ni langi kedi jowa me ya choli kedi jowa me kabera mera me loho lebluo ginio lemono. Donc mi ana summarizing kachichek. Adungu ko papier tek me achel eno po dana po yo jowa me ko ni adungu beda tek. Dangino re ko ni gini mitu donyi pati menu me geri Uganda nyen. Munu jowa ko barma tek me ario eno ko ni Joamo koboni ene chua hopino biru joame bir yai ghetto ame maru jai ame marokon ame timo jamarashu po biru jomere biru joame adwonglo me Uganda chani Museveni ene ye facilitating temi nying jo apol la biru tiyo ko tichu ento na mitu medo ginira chere loka dwongi ni un miri ngiu ni bala wane tu marokan bulli wape okwano pieno denying wakwano beri bung guberi ngo ikema Timo Hapirio. Mena Mario, po creating any opportunity, bara Timo Loco with your canary job, peho, medu, canabe, psychological, training, meconyu, rehabilitation, or timere with your oberango, a pe. Mena Madek, or tuno jo what teach matia, jo apeo quano, peo mio ginner made monguti, out of a yak. Do mio ginoti peho, o mio berukitagino beruki, don't make any paropi Johnny. Pedre quine kericum chagulani. Inkeri ko Museveni ma weho jo wabiri kema jo watikire peho jo watikire chan jo wapekire ti en bulli no mi ogino tikire ko peho no mi o gameda chagolo bin kwange kana gino tiye te dugu ge kana be mena mari ario eno ko ni ene tie yila tek palata openye ko bikom kitame jomawe di Uganda polo wong naduli no bero minister Museveni but before bero minister no bero RDC melwero amena yo bino golo order me ko buni enpe mitni le borengo be ilwero dan jome Uganda ame lengi miru winman jome Uganda te protesting yo te rayo chim ki to office
chawa ngweno ramoko we go checking ko chawa ite go cheko in seconds oro don we ho ya uno do ko pien chawa do tutum da ko
yeah.
The time check on Radio Wa. It's 10 p.m.